We want to turn now for more insight to Anna Bershevskaya, Senior Fellow at the Washington Institute for Near East Policy. Thank you very much, Ms. Bershevskaya, for your time. I will ask that simply. What is it that Putin is offering the new Syrian leader? What is it that he might want from Putin?
Thanks very much for having me. It's always good to be on your show.
Pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, publicly, Putin did not say, of course, what he's offering, but likely what he is offering is most likely international recognition along with economic cooperation. And the fact of the matter is, these 2 points highlight the fact that Russia still has quite a bit of influence in Syria. As you said, of course, Russia is trying to win this influence back. They're certainly down, but they still have a number of cards to play, and they're not out.
So we're seeing more indications this new regime is not really offering a new way. We'll put it that way. So a change of heart is nowhere to be found, merely swapping seats to an extent. So what are we expected to see in this respect when Putin is now getting in the game?
Well, I think one thing we could see is Russia positioning itself as a sort of a security provider, as a protector of minorities. And that's a traditional card Russia played in the region. Particularly, we saw that after the Arab Spring, overall across the Middle East, but also specifically in Syria as well. So you're going to see Russia positioning itself again as sort of a stable anchor, if you will. And again, that is a role that Russia played in Syria in the past under Bashar al-Assad. It tried to position itself as a mediator. Remember that Russia is a permanent member of the Security Council. So from Shara's perspective, Russia is still important too.
So what is the status regarding the Russian bases in Syria? We saw them sheltering Alawites escaping massacres by government forces. Will they stay?
Well, one thing that was reported, which is quite interesting, is that quite a number of people, perhaps 8,000 or 9,000, if reports are accurate, have taken refuge in the Russian airbase Khmeimim. And Russia's foreign ministry spokesperson Maria Zakharova made a number of comments to that, highlighting this point. So I think again that brings us to the sort of what role could Russia play? Well, it could try to position itself as somebody who brings some sort of security, some sort of stability. And to your question about Russia's bases, where did they play? Russia, of course, wants to keep its bases, and the fact of the matter is, what the current government has done is they never really canceled the Russian contract. They simply allowed the existing one to lapse. So what could happen is one potential outcome is we could simply see another reason why Russia's military bases need to stay. So
if we're zooming out before we conclude our conversation, what other superpowers are wooing this new regime there? What could pose as a quote unquote threat to Putin's plan?
I'd say as of now, Turkey is Russia's biggest competitor. So Turkey has already outmaneuvered Russia in Syria, and that's pretty clear. But I think looking further down the road, perhaps Saudi Arabia would be another actor. And of course, the other big question is, what will the United States do in Syria? What is our pulse, right? What is the fate of American troops? From the Russian perspective, of course, Russia would want to see America leave. And lastly, of course, is Iran. Iran is also trying to find its way back.
So in terms of, if you'll have to perhaps give a bottom line, if you will, an unfair question here to the current Russian policy in this changing Middle East, what would it be?
Russia is as pragmatic as ever, and still has a lot of cards to play in the context of the fact that the West is often too slow to the game. So speed really matters here.
Anna Bershevskaya, Senior Fellow at the Washington Institute for Near East Policy. Always a pleasure listening to you. Thank you so very much for joining us. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.